Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. Before we move forward, let's cue that intro. Yes, people. Welcome back to GNA TV. Unfortunately, we had to kind of switch things. We was meant to have had a ladies' show. Unfortunately, we've had to move that to next week, just due to people having other commitments and stuff, which is fine. It's part and parcel of going back to normal in life, which we could take on the chin. But what we did want to do is not just leave you without a show today, but we'd bring you a transfer news show. I've got some topics that we're going to go through. I'm going to bring you up to date with the Chelsea news today. We're also going to talk about rumours of players that we're potentially looking to bring in as well. But before we move forward, please hit that like button. Let's try and get to 30 likes as quickly as possible. Please, pretty please. And if you're new to GNA TV, please subscribe. We've also started doing a giveaway. The giveaway is on Twitter. It's on Instagram. Go and follow us over on GNA TV Official. We can put the link in the chat for you guys so you guys can get involved as well. But Lambs, how you doing?
Yeah, not too bad. Yeah, obviously, like you said, we were meant to have the ladies' show, but lo and behold, life does get in the way, unfortunately. But, this is why we have this team, because we understand, when life gets in the way, we are, we're here to take over, constantly keep on bringing that content. And, like you said, we still got a lot to talk about. There's still football news forever coming, especially now that the season's over.
Yeah, very true. And we will get to Haaland. We're going to talk Haaland. We're going to talk Daka. We're going to talk about the contract extensions that were spoken about today. Some potential players leaving. Other players that are confirmed leaving. Fata's in the house. He's saying big up Lambs and the gang. Tuchel and Thiago Silva extension ship. Yes, very true. Yep, it's Giroud's extension as well. We're going to get all into that as well, guys. Was going to sleep, but rather watch the stream. Thank you, FD. It's good to have you here, bro. Appreciate you all here. I can see he's all storming in right now as well. The chat's going, man. Happy that Giroud stays. What about you guys? Yeah, we are going to get into it.
Just for that mad bicycle kick.
That mad bicycle kick, he gets an extension. But there's a story behind this extension, which I'm going to release to you guys as well, because it's not all what you read in many ways. Thoughts on Sale being linked to many big teams. Again, something we can touch on to, Crumb, 100%. But let's make sure we do this. Let's try and get to 30 likes as quickly as possible. Can you please share it on all your socials as well? Let's try and build up the crowd, get everyone involved, get everyone in the game. We will be releasing a link to you guys. Again, same as what we did last time. You can come in, have your say, get involved, talk about the topics that we're going to specifically be talking about today. Before we move forward, you can't move on without GNA without reading a Josh Thompson comment. Sumer to Arsenal soon. Watch your space. Arteta's is bringing back the Premier League to the red side of the North London next season. That's him as being an Arsenal fan as well. Undertaker seriously as well. Right, guys, we're going to start with Thomas Tuchel news. And the news is with Thomas Tuchel is that he's extended his contract at Chelsea for another 2 years. Another 2 years at the club. I'm going to quickly share that tab with you now. Let me know if you can see that, because I can't see you right now. Did that come up?
No, not yet.
Oh, why does it do this? The browser can't access your screen. Try capturing a different.
Oh,
I hate it when it does this. It's just one of them days, isn't it, Lambs? It is just one of them days.
Yeah, listen. This is. Oh, here we go. We're up.
We are on. So contract extension for Thomas Tuchel. Marina, as you can see, chilling there with Thomas and that big smile of hers. Got some big work to do for Chelsea going into this summer window. I'm sure Tuchel's going to have a lot of players on his mind. Chelsea Football Club is very happy to confirm that following our triumph in the Champions League, Thomas Tuchel's contract has been extended by 2 years as agreed when he joined the club. Our head coach took over in January. I won't bore you to death with it.
We know
what
happened.
Champions League for 21-22. I'm just trying to find. On his extension of his contract, Tuchel said, "I cannot imagine a better occasion for a contract renewal. I am grateful for the experience and very happy to stay part of the Chelsea family. There is far more to come, and we are looking forward to our next steps with ambitions and much anticipation, is what he says there. And Marina says, when Tuchel joined us in January, there was still so much to play for domestically in Europe. He slotted in seamlessly and immediately became an integral part of the Chelsea family as well. Yeah, Lambs, how excited are you, Thomas Tuchel?
I mean, just those words right there that you said when he said there's so much more to come, and like the anticipation, the ambition. And I believe him because we've already seen it from where he found us, the turnarounds, and we can't deny defensively we have improved tenfold. I mean, it's absolutely ridiculous. I think we've got like probably the best defensive record, maybe even slightly surpassing City, albeit we had a poor start to the season. It's probably what let us down. But apart from that, almost literally matching up with City defensively. Obviously, attacking wise, we know we still have a problem. But this guy, once he gets the players in that he wants this summer, he's not going to stick with a back three consistently throughout next season. He is going to rotate. He's going to use other formations as well. And once he gets in those players that he needs to slot into those different formations, he probably will revert to a back four as well. I think the only way is up as well. You know, we're talking about players like Werner, Havertz, haven't even hit their stride yet. It was under tons of criticism this season as well. And these two players, these ones, I feel like they are the ones to watch next season for Chelsea. Yeah, it's so exciting. It's exciting stuff, man. I can't wait to see who we bring in to support this team of players because, oh my God, when Mason Mount starts finishing chances, when Kai starts just running around that midfield, yeah, when Billy Gilmore puts on a few pounds, yeah, when Reece starts running up the wing, oh my goodness, it's done. It's done for everybody.
Yeah, the one thing I would say with Thomas Tuchel being appointed, I think it was inevitable. You don't win a Champions League and not get given an opportunity. I know people will revert back to Di Matteo, but they're two different managers here. This manager is an experienced manager that knows how to win things. He's a tactician. He's someone that Chelsea have been looking for specifically for a very, very long time.
So helped get another final as well. Granted, we didn't win, but I think that's kind of down to the players. But he helped us get to not just 1-2 finals, you know. So
and that's it. And not just that, he also got us, you know, the other thing as well we've got to bear in mind is that he's got a pre-season coming, which means he's going to have time to actually train with these, you know, train these players up even more so, work with these players, work with these individuals. On top of that, he's going to be probably bringing people in. You're going to see a lot of people going out of the football club as well. So it's really exciting times to be a Chelsea fan. It really, really is. We've got Super Cup. We've got Super Thomas Tuchel. He knows exactly what we need. Silva at the back, Werner in attack. Chelsea are going to win the league. And there you go. That's Fata and his clients.
I think you should change that to Chelsea have gone and won the Champions League.
Yeah, very, very true. But yes, guys, that's the news right there. Are you happy? Tell me. Are you happy that Thomas Tuchel has now signed this contract? And do you believe that this, moving forward, this could potentially be the project? Are we actually going to give Thomas Tuchel enough time? Are we going to give him the 5 years of a project to be able to create and become, you know, and make us the monster that we used to be when we were winning things? Let me know in the chat if that's something you think we'll do. We will be putting a link in the chat for you guys to get involved as well. But please make sure you smash the like, get us to 30 likes, share on the socials, please, as well. And we move on to the next topic. The next big topic is, I'll bring it up for you guys. The next big topic is Mr. El Monstro himself, Thiago Silva. It's confirmed today that my guy has signed a contract extension. Not only him, but his wife, that everyone seems to love massively, with her antiques on social media. Following the Champions League final, Chelsea Football Club has exercised an option to extend Thiago Silva's contract by 1 year, which I think is fair enough. Marina says again, when we brought Thiago Silva in last summer, we knew we were adding a world-class player to the squad. Thiago has duly shown everyone at Chelsea his immense quality throughout this season and has a huge influence on and off the pitch for us. And Lambs, I think if you look at Thiago Silva this season and what he's done, even when he has been injured and he's not been on the pitch, you can tell he's just got a massive influence on these players, hasn't he?
Man is out here on the touchline screaming out instructions like he's the manager. Sometimes I'm forgetting. I'm like, is it Tuchel? Is it Thiago? I'm not too sure. But and this is why you got to admire them both, because they're both cut from the same mentality cloth. They want to
Yeah,
win. They're hungry to win, and you can see what this final meant to them. Obviously, having both got there the previous year with PSG and narrowly lost. And it was a narrow defeat as well. You can't blame him because he put in a solid, brilliant performance defensively as well in that final as well. I was gutted for him to come off this final as well. But even with the injury, even with the injuries that he's picked up this season, we know he's going to be injury prone because of his age. He is reaching the final stages of his professional football career. But at the end of the day, from when we have had him fit in the squad, from where we have used him, he's proved to be so crucial, so pivotal. Like, you can see the presence he has, like, instantly. That whole back line is so calm, cool, and collected. I'm not even worried about people like Zuma, who we know has more than a few mistakes in him from time to time. When he's next to Thiago Silva, and you can tell, like you said, his presence, his direction, the change in some of these other centre backs, which, I mean, I can't speak for everybody, but me personally, I wasn't really rating highly that much. I thought Rudiger was done out of the water, and he's just been completely revolutionised this season under Tuchel as well. I think maybe partly to blame was Lampard, obviously not knowing how to manage him. People like Christensen coming out surprising us. I'm like, wow, is that Christensen? Yeah, I didn't know he was capable of stuff like that. And these are all centre backs that I was sitting there thinking, like, we need to start thinking about moving them out of the club this summer. And now all of a sudden, they look like regular first team starters now, and it would be blasphemy, to be honest, to bench them and drop them. Like, okay, we granted, I think we do still need one more centre back, but
he's a good. If you got an option to keep a world class defender like Thiago Silva at your club, relevant to his age, all right, he might be pushing it, but at the end of the day, the guy's performances speak for itself. He's a leader on and off the pitch, and that's something Chelsea, and not just the players, can learn from, especially the defenders. People that want to be around Thiago Silva, it's good to be around players like him, because I keep saying it, they're a dying breed. People like Thiago Silva are a dying breed of a defender. So to be able to have him for one more year, irrelevant if he can't play every game, just being around the squad, getting in their ears when maybe they're feeling down and whatever, like having that extra leadership within your team is massive.
We've missed that. We've really missed that since I don't know, since people like Gary Cahill, since John Terry, obviously. We've been missing. We really have been missing that leadership, that presence. And he's come in, and that's exactly the kick up the backside that we need. And we've not had that for a while. So fully deserved contract extension. He deserves all the accolades. And I was really hoping, because I really wanted him to, like, turn up for as many games as we could use him this season. I wanted him to show why we need to extend that to one more year. And I'm so glad, and I feel so lucky that we're going to get to see another year of Thiago Silva, because he's proved how pivotal.
Oh, Thiago Silva. Oh, Thiago Silva. And do you know what? If there's actual rivals in here as well, do you know what? Have a look at that as well, because that is a man. You see that? That is a man that came to win things, and that was something he hadn't won at PSG, and he'd been there for how many years? He comes to Chelsea Football Club in 1 year, and look what he's holding.
Yeah, he's won it all now.
He's holding. He's won it all, and yeah, you can say what you like, Josh. I've got to give Chelsea credit for flunking their way to European glory twice.
You know what, Josh? We got to give you man credit, yeah, because you guys had the best squad in 2006, and we got to give you guys credit for bottling it the way you did. So
you bottled it. Good evening to all of you. Good evenings, and like Fata said, oh, Thiago Silva. We move anyway. Thiago Silva is at Chelsea for one more season. The next news, which I'll bring up to you guys, is 30 of you here. Smash that like button. Let's get to 30 likes, people. Let's please get to 30 likes. If you're new to GNA TV, please subscribe, because we'll be doing a lot more of this. Lot more of this. We've got so much planned. Me, Lambs, ads. What we've been planning behind the backstage is going to be wicked for you guys from next week onwards, we've got the Euros watch along, so make sure you tune in with that. Euro expert who is great at these is going to be involved as well. So make sure
giveaways, and then obviously the Premier League's coming back again.
Exactly that. We move on though, and we move on to the next big news of today, and that is Olivier Giroud. Olivier Giroud has confirmed that they've extended. Well, Chelsea have confirmed they've extended Olivier Giroud's contract by 1 year as well, which was exercised in this April this year. The Frenchman's current deal was due to expire at the end of the campaign, but an extension means that the 34-year-old 3.5-year stay in West London continues for 1 more year. What else have we got saying here? Marina says Olivier has been such a crucial part of so many big moments for this club, from his contribution to our FA Cup victory in 2018 to scoring 11 goals on the way to winning the Europa League in 2009, which I'll never forget because he was our top goal scorer in that competition.
Yeah,
he has continued to score significant goals. Again, look at this season with the volley against Atletico Madrid, which sent us on our way.
Against Sevilla, 4 goals against
Sevilla as well. Do not forget that. We will never forget his effort.
Helped us top the group.
Exactly that. And look, there is talks about him obviously staying, but there's another side to this story as well, which people need to be aware of. If someone comes in for a fee for Olivier Giroud, if it's, I know there was talks about AC Milan looking to reach out for him. I think there was another team. It might have been Inter Milan. I'm not too sure yet. I'm pretty sure it was AC Milan that said it. But basically, if anyone comes to reaches out for him and offers a decent fee, Chelsea are still open to allowing him to go. It doesn't mean that because we've extended it that he can actually now he's fully committed to us. It just means that he's still got a place to play. If there's no offers that he don't like or the club don't like that come in for him, then he will still be a player at Chelsea. But if someone puts in a good fee, you may still see Olivier Giroud leave Chelsea as well. But Lance, what's your thoughts on that?
I mean, literally, just to echo everything you said, completely well deserved. Like, he is the definition of a big game player, and you could see that because of the way he contributed to Arsenal. Like, when Arsenal were literally in those dying stages where they were about to drop out the Champions League, they were there, getting slapped 10-2 on aggregate, conceding 7 goals against Barcelona and teams like that, literally getting embarrassed, right? Them trying to get into those top 4 places, them even getting some kind of consolation goals or whatever in those Champions League competition, it all comes down to him. He was literally like that player. He was like that super sub that will come on and get them those crucial goals. And we've seen that that's literally part of his game. That's what he can contribute. This is why he's still so favoured in the French international squad, because of that ability. And he's done it for us as well. Like you said, those crucial goals in the FA Cup final, that absolutely unbelievable run he had in the Europa League when we beat Arsenal, and deservedly so. See what happens? Man poured his blood, sweat and tears, for this fraudulent club, and won no accolades, won no serious accolades, in terms of European trophies. Comes to us, gets 2 instantly. Look at that. And he contributed in every single one towards every single one of those trophies as well. So literally, like you said, deservedly so.
I agree massively with that. Please smash them likes, people. There's still 30 of you here. We appreciate that as always on a Friday evening. I hope you're happy wherever you are, or we've had a good day wherever it is that you may be as well. But we're going to continue providing you with Chelsea news potentially throughout the thing. Fergie's son has tagged Lambs on Twitter, so make sure you go and follow Lambs because she is now on Twitter, people.
I've been on Twitter for a week now, guys. Yay!
Literally, she has. So make sure you go and follow her and subscribe to Lamb Reacts as well. She's got her own channel, people. So make sure you get over.
Yeah, I'm actually on 250 subscribers. So thank you guys very much for that. By the way, a quarter of the way on the journey to 1K, Jem. Quarter of the way.
We're going to talk about some people actually leaving the club now, and one of them that was again mentioned today. He's been an okay servant of the club. It's not coming up straight away. I don't know why it keeps cutting me off. Keep saying, so keep doing that. It doesn't work the first time, and then I do it the second time, and then it works.
You know,
It's like, come
it's
on.
interference from like the rivals, isn't it? It's interference from the rivals.
Caballero to leave Chelsea. Willie Caballero. I was hoping it was the other goalie, to be honest, but we'll deal with Caballero for now. Willie will depart Stamford Bridge after 4 years. You wouldn't have guessed it, but 4 years at Chelsea Football Club. His contract expires at the end of this month, which I reckon he'd probably either retire or maybe go somewhere else. But basically, he's had 38 appearances in a Chelsea shirt, including 11 in the Premier League and last season's FA Cup, whilst keeping 14 clean sheets, ain't too bad, and earning winner medals in 3 different competitions. So he's got a medal in Europa League, Champions League,
and I think the
FA Cup.
as well, yeah.
Yeah, yeah, FA Cup, yeah. Look at that picture, people. Look at that. Willie lifting the Champions League trophy. It's a great sight to see. Caballero's got a Champions League on most of these other players, Pogba's, any Arsenal player, any Spurs player.
Bro, Harry Kane.
Harry Kane, people.
Oh, we love to see it. Just, do you know what? This is why I probably had like such a great week on Twitter, because nobody else has a leg to stand on. They can't talk. They cannot talk. Like I've literally, I didn't think I could be this creative, but I had so many comebacks, like literally to all of these people. Harry Kane, yeah. Bruno Fernandes. Kepa has a Champions League trophy. Bruno doesn't, yeah.
That is true, man. Look, and Kepa, the goalie. Look, Kepa has got to be the worst goalie I have ever seen winning the Champions League. If any of you know any worse goalies than Kepa, let me know in the chat now. Tell us. Actually, tell us. Tell us if there's a worse goalie than Kepa of winning the Champions League, because I don't think there is. Currently, Giroud extended in April, so much congratulatory stuff happens behind the scenes. What that we don't know.
Yeah.
So, right. Yeah. No. Right. Yes. Yeah. He was a professional, Josh. He was a professional. He was very good. He done his job for us as well.
Let's not forget, we had to bring him in. No. Listen, when Kepa, yeah, when Butterfingers Kepa was about to lose us that Champions League, that hope of that Champions League space last year, we had to drop him and bring in Willie to do the job, and he did the job. Like, it was a lot more convincing. Yeah, granted, he's going to make mistakes. Like, he's a big 40-year-old man. Do you know what I mean? So the fact that he's still playing, like, that's credit to himself as well. And literally, what Jem just said, he's putting a service, he's putting a shift to the club, and deservedly so. Like, big ups, Willie Caballero.
Exactly. Willie Caballero will leave the club, as I'm going to mention it again, guys. He will be leaving the club at the end of this month. He'll probably retire, to be honest. There's 40 of you here right now, so please make sure you smash that like button. Let's try and get to 40 likes, people. Please share on all of your socials as well. We have got a giveaway currently open at the moment. So you 40 people, if you haven't got on the Instagram page, get over there, get following us. And if you there's a couple of things you have to do over there, so make sure you do your things to obviously get involved. He's a 40-year-old man. Yes, Agal, he is a 40-year-old man, but he was our third goalie.
Champions League trophy, Agal.
Agal, Caballero's got a trophy over. Should we go through your team? Do you want to do this? You really want me to do this?
Over Partey, go on.
Holding, Chambers, Tierney, the best left back in the Premier League. Perlo El Neni, Xhaka. You remember Xhaka? Yeah. Even Kepa. Kepa's got Champions Leagues over these guys. How are you feeling? Igal? Do you know what I mean?
It hurts.
Anyway, let's move on. So we have got more transfer news for you. And now we move on to the news about Fikayo Tomori. It's got such a big ad at the top. It's annoying. AC Milan will exercise the option to sign Chelsea defender Fikayo Tomori on a permanent deal this summer. And it's only for 25 million. And that's the killer for me. 25 million for Tomori is a bargain. Obviously, he went over there on an initial 6-month loan in January. He's helped AC Milan secure second and return to the Champions League after 7-year absence. So that's how much of an influence he's been on them over there. Apparently, Chelsea in recent days, Milan have held talks with Chelsea in recent days to attempt to lower the agreed 25 million, but the Premier League club refused. I don't blame them. You getting Tomori for less than 25 million is like ridiculous. Do you know what I mean? Like,
The
especially in
fact
this
that
day
that
and
was
age.
even in the release clause in the first place, I was just like, that's what made the hope go away of us getting him back, because it's such a cheap price, man.
It was literally such a cheap price. It honestly didn't make any sense. Tomori made 16 league appearances at Milan, scoring once against Juventus out of every team, as he replaced club captain Romanoli. What's that about? Tomori's only made Tomori made only one Premier League appearance earlier this season under previous Blues boss Frank Lampard before his loan departure. So unfortunately, it looks like Chelsea will lose Tomori. Tomori will be going to AC Milan, which it might shoot us in the foot in the long run, especially if he continues to grow as a and becoming the player that he could potentially become. I mean, Lambs, what are your thoughts on that news? Do you feel slightly annoyed, or do you think it's the right thing to do for him?
I mean, it's definitely the right thing for him to do for his career. There's absolutely no doubt in that. I mean, if I was disrespected the way that Frank and Marina and whoever was involved in that whole deal, because for me, I genuinely am not too sure what he did. He did not deserve to be dropped in the way that he did. He did not deserve to be shut out in the way that he did. And that really, really annoyed me. And that's kind of why when Lampard left, I was like, listen, thank you for your service. Thank you for what you've done as a player, as a manager. No, thank you. And also as a manager, I was upset with how he dealt with this guy, because this is a player I really did not want us to lose. You can see how well we've developed the youth, successfully brought them into our first team as well. And he was one of those people that I thought he was going to turn into that star centre back, that solid centre back. And I thought being next to people like Thiago Silva, that would have helped him tenfold. I mean, just literally to echo what you said, look at what he's done at AC Milan. Like, can you imagine him next to people like Thiago Silva, Rudiger on fire? The potential was boundless, and it's such a shame. And part of me was always I hoped that maybe come the end of the season, but seeing as where Milan placed, and that release clause, like you said, they're going to get the money for the Champions League now, so they're going to be able to afford that. Whereas maybe before it was looking a bit sticky, the financial situation, but that's pretty much sorted itself out for them. So this was one that really hurt me, to be honest. Gutted.
Yeah, I do hear you on that. Yeah, look, I agree. I think he wasn't really given the opportunity at Chelsea. I would have liked to seen him be given more game time, more of an opportunity to potentially show whoever was manager, Tuchel, Lampard, what he's about. He probably would he got in the team under Tuchel as well as it had played. I don't know. He's probably as good as distributing as the players that we've currently got. He might have been able to cement himself as right centre back. I don't know. It's hard to say, and it's one of them ones where we're just going to have to take it on the chin. But Jose CFC says if we don't get Haaland or Lukaku, I'll go for Daka. We are going to talk about Patson Daka. I have got some information to share with you guys. I want to go through it with you. We're going to put the link in the chat soon as well, for you to come in and have your chat, have your say about the topics as well. We're 6 away from 50 likes, and there's still 40 of you here. So please make sure you smash that like button and subscribe if you're new here as well. I think Chelsea should have kept him or sell him for 40 plus. I think the 20 million thing is probably what we put in the contract. I don't see why Chelsea would have sold him that low, especially the way he's played there. So it's a bit of an unusual one. Lampard should have been an interim for 19 to 20, which he did his job, leading us to the Champions League, which Tuchel won this season. I hear that, Matthew. I do hear that. Comrade says, big up Lambs and Gem. I'm having a good evening. How are you both? Comrade, we are okay, bro. We're okay.
Great evening.
We're having a great evening. We're having a great evening. Just imagine being Tomori, winning a UCL spot for AC Milan, only for seeing your mates win the thing at your parent club. And that's true. Ali Reza's true there. It's facts. We're going to move on. We're going to move on. I've got something else to share with you guys. There's talks about strikers for Chelsea, and one of the strikers, before we get to Patson Daka, that came up earlier that surprised me, was the talk about Aubameyang. There's talks about in the Telegraph about Aubameyang being an option for Chelsea. I don't see it happening, but obviously 79 goals in 95 games is pretty impressive under Tuchel. You've got to bear in mind he's played for Tuchel before. I don't know how happy Aubameyang is at the club, but we all know that he's signed a contract. And what they're saying is Chelsea are potentially looking at maybe bringing in someone like an Aubameyang if they fail with Haaland and Lukaku and Kane, which it looks like they're possibly going to do. Lambs, Aubameyang, do you think it's just talk, or do you think it's a good option?
I hadn't actually considered it, mainly because of the whole contract thing. When you just sign a big major contract like that, it's going to be pretty hard to get out of that. And I'm not too sure. I'm not really willing to spend any more than like 30 million. Absolutely maximum because of his age as well. But we all know he is a goal scorer. Like, he is that target man that we need as well. So if we fail to get any of our other targets, then and we got him, I wouldn't be mad at that. Plus the fact that it would just hurt Arsenal fans so much. I'm here for that. I'm here for that too.
I don't think Arsenal were going to sell their so-called talisman anyway, but they don't call him a talisman anymore. They moan about him from what I've seen at the moment. So,
but they would still be so angry if they lost him, to us especially. My goodness.
Signing the Gabonese Travis Scott would be a mistake, to be fair. He's also ruined your gameplay because he doesn't work hard, is what this football is saying. I've asked the viewers the question. You tell us, would Aubameyang be a good option for Chelsea Football Club? If we didn't get Haaland, if we didn't get Kane, if we didn't get Lukaku, obviously they're clinical strikers, who would you go for? Would Aubameyang be an option? Would you entertain it? Let us know. Let us know what you think. What we've got here, this is true actually. Nope, hell no, not giving him 350k a week. He does demand high wages, Aubameyang. Aubameyang wants high wages.
That's true. Like I said, because of the whole contract thing, that's why it never crossed my mind. But there's no denying that he does get goals. That is something we need.
If it can be done, I would do the deal. We aren't in a position to turn down a proven gunman. And I hear that. It's just whether or not Arsenal are going to actually sell him. Please, we don't need over plus Lambs. He's not a target man. He's more an inside forward, is what Chichi thinks.
But we can use him as a target man because he gets goals, because of his height, his frame as well. Like him linking up with Timo and Kai, like just behind as well. Mason Mount in like a free role, creative attacking midfield position. I don't know. I can see that work. I can see that in my head.
Exactly. I didn't even know it was you, bruv. Oh, yeah, I can see that. I know I looked in. Got bad eyes, mate. It's what happens when you get old, like me, you know. Yeah, Hussam. Big up to Hussam. Make sure you go and follow This Is Football as well. He's a massive Liverpool fan. We are going to be getting him on here a lot more as well. So there's 50 of you here. Please make sure you go and follow This Is Football for him. He will be very angry if benched here. Not everyone has Giroud's professionalism. That is very true, Ali Reza. I don't think that as well. Giroud knows, though, because he's older. He probably knows he's not going to get as much game time. No, I don't want to see him
under them too. He was benched under them too, and he was like their most prolific striker. It just doesn't make sense to me.
The other news that I wanted to jump onto with you guys once I find it, it speaks about, obviously this talks about Sal from Atletico Madrid. He could potentially leave. Bayern are interested. No official, but Chelsea are also informed about him. Open race and no advanced negotiations yet. Atleti are already in the talks for Rodrigo de Paul as a potential replacement. That's from Fabrizio Romano. I don't think personally Chelsea need a player like Sal. Even though I think he's a decent player, I don't think he adds much to it. I mean, what do you think, Lance? Do you think it's not the type of specific player Chelsea currently need going into next season?
Yeah, I think we have enough attacking midfielders, don't you, Jem? Like, I think there's even talks about like some of the ones that we currently have maybe potentially going on loan. We still have other midfield players that are out on loan as well at the moment. So I think we need to prioritize what we know we definitely need, what we know has been a problem for us this season. That is a striker. Obviously, we've not been clinical enough up front. That's clear for everybody to see. Although Tuchel has improved us mahusively, defensively wise, he's not going to continue to play this three at the back formation with backs, because we are going to get sussed out. He's going to switch to a back four position. To do that, he does need rotation and depth. Being the one priority we need, obviously, is a CDM. We definitely need a CDM, a natural CDM, like a decent, very good CDM. And we also need possibly another centre back as well, because we're competing for 4 trophies as well. We need rotation in these 2 positions as well, because I feel like if we lose 1-2 critical players in those positions, we're kind of in trouble again. And it's a long season. We know what injuries and stuff can do to teams. Take Liverpool for as an example, even Man United in some senses as well. So I think, like you said, that's not fair. If that's something that happens after we've secured our necessary targets, then I would entertain those links. But we need to get our targets first, like in those positions first.
I hear that. I do hear that, and I don't think he's a specific type of player we need. I think Chelsea will be linked with everyone and anyone that leaves their club at the moment. Chelsea are that kind of team, because Chelsea, let's put it this way, Chelsea are one of the only clubs in world football that can go out and spend the money. Like, they're a bit like Man City, PSG. When there's players available that are well known and ready to maybe come to Premier League, Chelsea always spoke about potentially getting this normal. Ali Reza says, Sal has signed a 9-year contract at Atleti like two years ago. He won't be cheap. Someone said in the chat just now he's worth 120 mil. I would not spend 120 mil of my money on Sal. So we'll move on from that one.
Now that striker, the Daka.
We're going to move to Daka now when I find him. Daka could be Haaland and Lukaku alternative. Chelsea are probably keen on signing Haaland. Obviously, there's interest in Chelsea's football clubs. Apparently, their target was Erling Haaland. They wanted Erling Haaland more than Lukaku. From what I understand, more than Kane. They were even willing to maybe potentially spend 150 million to get him to come. The only thing I think we have an issue with Erling Haaland is not only but his wages, but also the whole him wanting to leave, because obviously Dortmund have got Champions League. In his mind, he might still think, because you've got to bear in mind he's still very young. He might still think he wants to progress. He might want to stay where he is for another year and then potentially see how he goes from there, and then allow the clubs to come for him. But if we don't get an Erling Haaland or an Lukaku, there's talks about this man from Salzburg. Now, I haven't watched him enough, Patson Daka, but one of the things that I did do is obviously do my stat checks. And obviously when I looked into his stats, which I'm going to share with you guys, just to give you an idea of how well this guy's doing and why Chelsea are linked to him, it's not too bad. Patson Daka is roughly worth about 19.8 million at the moment, which is weird. He's got to be more than that now. But he's played 42 games this season in the Bundesliga for Salzburg, and he scored 34 goals in all competitions, and he's got 12 assists as well. He scored 27 in the Bundesliga and 5. He's played 6 games in the OFB Cup, and he's scored 5 in them 6 games. And in the Bundesliga, he's played 28 games. He scored 27 goals, so he's nearly matched the amount of times he played, which is pretty impressive. But the one thing that I did, just to make sure, because I hate getting sucked into just one season wonders. So I looked at his stats last season just to see what he done there as well. And Patson Daka played 45 games again, and in total scored 27 goals, another 24 in the Bundesliga, and obviously 1 in the Champions League and 2 in the OFB, and he's assisted in another 12. So not only can he score goals, double-digit goals, 20s, 20s and above, he can also assist as well. He could also assist, something that Chelsea might look at and think, hang on, this guy's got some good stats, is it worth it? Yes, he'd be a risk. Yes, he would be a risk, all right? He's 22 years old. He's still very young, which means he'll be coming into a team of young forwards anyway. What are your thoughts, Lambs? Do you think an option like this? I mean, you've seen his stats now. You can see he knows where to find net. We thought the same with Timo Werner when he was scoring 30 odd goals a season, the second highest scorer in European football at the time when he was at Leipzig. But would you take the risk on bringing someone like Daka in and seeing what happens, or do you just leave it and do you just trust with what we've got at the moment?
I mean, because of the price tag, it wouldn't be too much of a risk. Like if we get him for something around like what, I guess 20 to 25 million max, because of his age as well. What, he's only 22 as well. Those are some pretty impressive stats. Like you said, it could end up being a potential Timo Werner, crisis once again, or situation. But at the end of the day, it could also work out in an alternative way where maybe it'll provide competition between them two for those positions. Do you know what I mean? Or maybe we can try playing two of them up front instead of just a lone striker, or one of them just behind the striker. I don't know. Like the alternatives are interesting, and like you said, those stats are pretty impressive, and you can see from last season and this season he's improved. So it's not like he's regressed; he's actually improved. Like, so think about if he's around better players as well, and Chelsea does have better players than Salzburg. Obviously, meaning no disrespect, they've done great in the Bundesliga and Champions League and stuff like that in recent campaigns. But at the end of the day, we are still Chelsea, and I think if we're going to spend like 25 million, that's not a risk. That's something we should consider if we don't get any of those other of our three main targets, obviously.
So I'm not going to lie, bro. I thought the same thing when I heard it, but then I looked at his stats. He plays for Salzburg. He's in the Bundesliga. He's hitting. I'm going to share it with you again because there's 50 odd of you here right now. He's played 42 games in all competitions. Yeah, for Salzburg in Bundesliga. He scored 34 goals and he's assisted 12. And this is just in this season. I like always check in the season before. Yeah, and we'll even look at the season before that because let's be serious. He's only 22 and he's hitting these numbers. To be fair, it's pretty impressive. He played 45 games in all competitions in 1920, and he scored 27 goals in all competitions again. And his assist level again is 12. He's hitting double digits again. Let's have a look at the year before that because surely it's going to drop. It must be a drop somewhere. 18-19. Let's have a look at Daka. So, yeah, there it is. So he played in the Bundesliga, he played 26 games, only 6 goals, 2 assists. Did you see the increase in levels in 2 years, Lambs? You know what I mean? How much, experience is integral, like he's going into 22, he's going to be 23, 24 soon, and he's banging in these numbers already. It just shows,
that
doesn't it?
Makes sense because you literally pulled up about 3 years worth of stats. So this is literally from age 19 up to 22, so you can see the progression, the fact that that jump literally in 2 years has been massive, and the stats speak for themselves. So that's exciting. That is definitely somebody we should consider. And another thing I wasn't actually considering is obviously a lot of us do mainly focus on the Premier League, maybe La Liga in some stages, and some of the main teams in the other European leagues. However, Tuchel, obviously having spent time in the Bundesliga, being German himself, I'm sure he's probably been keeping an eye out on some of these players, these upcoming players in the German league, because if you think about it, this is a new team. This is like a new generation Chelsea team. Do you know what I mean? A lot of these players haven't even hit their stride yet. A lot of them is their first ever time ever playing in the Champions League, let alone playing in the Champions League final and going on to win it. So the only way is up for now. So if we are building this new generation team, then he fits in nicely with that.
I hear that. I do hear what you're saying. People, let's get to 60 likes. We're about 6 away from 60 likes. We appreciate it massively. There's still nearly 50 of you still here. Again, like we said, we appreciate that. Make sure you go and follow the Instagram page because we've got a giveaway at the moment that's going to be going all the way till the last day's Thursday, isn't it, Lambs? Thursday. Friday is the last day. So make sure you get over there. We're going to be promoting it heavily for the next week anyway. So when you see us on here on socials, you'll see us talking about it. But I want to talk to some people in the viewers. People shouldn't be banned for disagreeing with almighty rants. I don't know what's happened there. These Red Bull clubs and BVD only give playing time to these youngsters. This is their difference to us. and they turn out Haaland's, Werner's, Mane's, and Daka's of this world. That's true. That's true, Eddie Reza. You know, and I still think Werner can become good. You look at the Mane's and what he's become.
Come good. Like you saw the amount of chances he created. Like if he just scored at least half of those, we would not even be discussing what a flop he is. Do you know what I mean? So you can see the potential in Werner is coming. There's something missing that just needs to just click, and then he'll be done. He'll be fine.
Yeah, I think as well. I do think that as well. What's he saying? It's all right, Andrew. It's all right. It's all good. Big up everyone in the chat is what Chelsea fans saying. James Gabrielli is in the house. Big up to him as well. Please make sure you smash that like. Let's get us to 60 likes, please, people. We're going to share the link very soon. You guys can get in, talk about some of these topics as well. Anything that interests you. If anyone knows Daka, is there anyone here that's actually watched Daka, viewers? If you have,
yeah, please let us know. And you know what, Jem? You just literally like. I think we should definitely when we're having like a transfer talk show, like get Alex to give us a little bit of a pro. I know Alex obviously Bundesliga as well, so he maybe can tell us a bit more about Daka as well. Alex, you're expert, Alex. Yeah.
Chelsea and Marina should try their best to try and bring Haaland this summer. Signing Haaland is equivalent to the future success for many years, and I do agree with that. Haaland is still very, very young as well. People keep forgetting he's still very. Yes, he's generational. Yes, he would be. You know, I would love him at our club. At the same time, he could still have a dip in his form. At the same time, he could have. He might not hit the same level. Not to say that I don't think he wouldn't be able to do that at Chelsea. I think if he comes to Chelsea and the chances that we've created, especially after last season, if that was Haaland instead of Werner in a lot of them chances, they're goals.
Yeah,
you know, they're goals. And he would have got 15, 20 goals under this Tuchel team at Chelsea. I don't have any issues with that. I'll put my hand out and say that straight up now. He will score goals in this system because, yes, people go, yeah, but he can't play in a low block, Jim. And if we play against teams in low blocks, he needs chances. He needs more than 1 or 2 or 3 or 4. Listen, this guy, he only needs a sniff. This guy only needs a sniff. And he's more clinical. He's a proper striker. He's a proper traditional striker. Big up to Ryan who's in the chat as well. I hope he's well. 1 week to the Euros. Yeah, make sure you tune in, Charlie, as well. Charlie, you're new here, so please make sure you
watch along next week, Friday. I think we're gonna announce the winner of the giveaway before the watch along as well. So once the watch along starts, we'll announce the winner literally, I think, at the start as well for this. So yeah, join us for the first Euro watch along.
Let's answer some of your questions in the chat. If you've got any questions that you want to throw in the chat, do it now for the next 5 minutes, and then we'll put the link in. You can come in and have a chat and have your say. Can we get Felix from Atletico Madrid? I don't think we can get Felix. I think you've got to bear in mind they just come off the back of winning the Spanish league. They're not going to be wanting to get rid of their best players. Plus, Felix's wages, Felix's market value would be astronomical in my eyes. I think he's a top player. I just don't think we'll be able to get him. Yeah, I agree with that. They could be. He would be excellent in our team. He possibly could be. But is he clinical? Is he the mould of striker that Chelsea need? Like to put the balls in the back of the net. I don't know. I don't know if he is. He's more of a second striker, Felix.
I think so as well because we play against them as well. We nullified them. We nullified them easily.
Yeah, there you go. Someone's just said that Daka is a very tidy player. Sam, if he is, come in, Sam, in a minute because I am going to put the link in the chat for you guys to get involved. João Felix is a future Chelsea player. I'm not even worried about that. He has a great history and relationship with Atletico Madrid. Okay, fair enough. Fair enough.
Do you know something that we don't? If so, tell us.
Yeah, tell us. Next year is going to be exciting for Chelsea. Maybe our best ever season. Who knows? I mean, how can you top off a Champions League winning season, man? That's going to be hard.
Champions League and a Premier League, Gem. That's how you can do it.
That's true. Let's win it all. Let's dominate. Let's catch up with Arsenal with with 5 trophies ahead of you or 6 trophies ahead of you.
Yes, I think it's 5 now. Yeah, it's 5. Ridiculous.
Let's just catch up with them. And bury them. Yeah, let's catch up. Jem, as a centre back, would you take Laporte from City? Apparently, he is unhappy at City. I think he suits our style of football. I think
Interesting.
Laporte's a good defender. I think he's experienced. I think he would be good. I just don't know if he's a leader. Is he a leader, Laporte? Is he the kind of is he a Thiago Silva? I don't know. I mean, he's been very good under Man City. And when Man City won the league, it was partly to do with him. He was immensely good, astronomically good, like strong. You know, the backbone of the team. You know, especially when City couldn't defend, he
Laporte
was
doesn't
massive.
strike me as very vocal. Like I feel like
No,
the few mistakes we've seen him make, I think, is to do with him not really communicating with the rest of the centre backs as defenders. You know what I mean? And sometimes as goalkeeper. But I don't know. Maybe, like I said, under Tuchel, you know, we've seen what he's done with our centre backs, and they weren't even his first choice. So
that is true. That is true. Italy, Turkey next week. Yes, Chelsea fan.
that's the one.
And that is happening. Sorry, I've got dry mouth where I talk so much. You,
Same.
you think Belotti can be a good striker for Chelsea? Belotti's been linked with Chelsea for a long time now. He is a good striker. He's strong. He can put the ball back in it. He's good. He's an aerial striker. He's also got a good shot on him as well. It's going to be interesting to see, but I don't think Belotti would be the player for coming to Chelsea. That is going to be fireworks. I'm just looking so forward to it. I'm not going to lie. Jim, what do you think about Conte to Tottenham? Will he be a success to Spurs? I don't know is the answer to that. It just depends on Harry Kane. I just don't think they're going to win anything. I don't see why Conte would go to Spurs without Harry Kane being there. It just makes no sense to me.
I think, first of all, Harry Kane's no way staying. They've probably promised him the Harry Kane money plus, I don't know, an extra 50 million. So that's what, 150 plus 50, 200 million like budget, basically. Like he has free reign. Maybe that's the only way I can see him agreeing to it. Like they probably promised him the Kane money, plus a little bit extra on top of the budget. So that's the only way I can see it. But even so, Conte is a bigger child than Jose. It's not going to work. It's not going to
I
work.
agree. Obviously, apparently Ronaldo wants to leave Juve again. I just don't see us spending. You know, he's going to want astronomical wages. Yes, his market value might not be as high. He's a lot older. Would I take him in the team? Probably not, to be honest. But that's my answer to that. Belotti could be decent. Have to take into account Italian striker tax away from Italy. Very, very, very true. We have got a super chat as well. Soza, what was you saying, bro? There's nothing there.
I don't know. Maybe he forgot to do it when he was asking the Belotti question. But big ups yourself anyway.
Soza, thank you for that contribution, bro, for that 99 euros. But if you've got something to say, just put it in the chat, bro. We have got super chat options, people, by the way. So if you want to put super chat options in for us to highlight and bring up, you can always do that as well. Bin Kepper and get Romero from United for free. What do you think? I just, anything but Kepa. Let's just leave it at that. Lamb's looking forward to watch Jorginho in an Italy shirt. Are you, Lambs?
I'm looking forward to that Turkey midfield finally opening everybody's eyes to what I've been saying and what Jem's been saying all season and for the last 2 years before that.
There you go, people. There you go. And the first game is against my Turkey. So for this would be the first time where I can actually laugh at Jorginho if he has a shit game and actually like take the piss out of him because I'm against him. So let me do that, people. And you care about England, it's coming home, is what Andrew Murphy is saying. If we can get Haaland, Kane, if we can't get Haaland, Kane or Lukaku, who should Chelsea get? That's quality. Look, I've just bought up Daka. Daka at Salzburg, his market value is 20 million. Obviously, Salzburg would want to sell him more. I don't know much about him, but we did bring up his stats earlier, and his stats were pretty impressive. Double digits in 2 seasons, 27 plus odd goals as well in all competitions.
Also, Charlie, if you rewind a little bit back in the show, Jem did mention the links to Aubameyang. Obviously, they are very far-fetched, but it's out there.
Exactly that. The link is in the chat now, people. I've dropped that for you. We've got 60 of you still here. And we're already at 62 likes, which is massive. Just try and get us to 70 and then 80 and then 100. And that's going to be our aim. So let's try and keep hitting, moving forward. I'm going to do a Johnny. Mason Mount will bring those minerals into the England team, is what Fatter's saying. Conte will not going to Spurs, they did not offer him the wages he wanted. Okay, fair enough. I agree. Bookie is in the house. Jim, you're forgetting Conte knows how to make players look good in the system. He's a serial winner. Bookie, I agree with what you're saying there. However, if you lose your top goal scorer and you've got players like Eric Dyer and Harry Winks, yes, they might suit a system and they may play slightly better under a Conte. But I just don't see them, like, they're not going to do what Chelsea did, where we made Alonso become one of the best fullbacks in the world. I just don't see that happening. Like they haven't got them kind of players, if that makes sense in my eyes. But we have to see. None is what he said there. Fata's here as well. Big up to Fata. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good, but it might sound crazy and controversial, and I'm gonna bring a bit of Fata bomb. Yeah,
Fata
I would
bomb,
like
right.
to see Aubameyang in Chelsea shirt just to piss off some Arsenal fans.
Do you think it'd be good for us, Fata?
I mean, look what happened in the past when we get Arsenal players into our team. Giroud, for example. What happened to Giroud? Man won the FA Cup, Europa League. He's a Champions League winner now. So if you want to win trophies, come to Chelsea. Simple as that.
I do hear.
Makes a very good point, actually. I love that. Do you know what? Literally, just to see the look on the rivals' faces, especially Arsenal fans, like, if that happens, because the way they absolutely love this guy, oh, wait.
We are at 70 odd likes, I think. Are we now? Yeah, nearly 70 likes, 68 likes, people. Please smash them likes, get us to 70. We have got a super chat here as well from 2-Bit. He says Daka to Liverpool is almost a done deal, apparently, to him.
Really?
Fair enough. We will see. I mean, the proof's in the pudding when it comes to Liverpool. There's a lot of talk with them, but not much happening. But Sam, how you doing, bro? You right?
I'm doing good, man. How are you?
Not bad, bro. Not bad. Have you watched Daka? Could you enlighten us on the player and the type of player he is? Or?
I've seen little snippets. All I know is that he'll create chances for whoever's around him. But he'll need time to settle in. I don't think that's what we need right now.
Okay. And what type of player is he? Is he more of like a hold-up striker? Has he got pace? Is he like?
He's got pace. He's got skill.
Yeah.
He'd be more similar to Haaland than Lukaku, I think. But like I said, I don't think he's the perfect fit. I wouldn't take Lukaku. No, I would take Lukaku over him. Sorry.
You would take Lukaku over him as well. Yeah. Okay, cool. Connor's with us as well. Big up to Connor. Connor's in the house. What are you saying, Connor?
Tired, man.
You look it, mate. You look it. What's been happening?
I don't know, man. Living the high of being European champions. Nobody in America really cares. But, only people in America they care about is we just made it to a CONCACAF final against Mexico. And, they don't even know that, like, so many of our players are off at, like, Barcelona, Juve, Man City, Chelsea. They don't know where all these players are coming from. And I don't know. This transfer window is so important because if we're going to contest for the league title and we're going to, like, try to retain a Champions League title, and it's going to be a normal season. Every team has their coaches. Every team is going to have a preseason. Everybody's going to be a little bit more collected. I'm not trying to say we got lucky, but we did have a bit of luck on our side. And I think that if we're going to try and close the gap, like Tuchel says, between Man City and some of these powerhouses, I think bringing in someone like Daka or somebody from these leagues is not going to benefit us. I think that what people have to understand is that we need a Premier League striker that's going to secure goals. So I think that's what we need.
Yeah.
Who would you, in terms of strikers? Obviously, Haaland, Kane, Lukaku. It looks like they're not going to happen. But if you could have your choice out of the three, who would it be, Connor?
I would choose. It's hard to say because, like, if I had to choose and we can get anyone, I'd get Erling Haaland for his age, obviously. He's so young. But in realisticness, I don't even know what's happening in this transfer window because Chelsea does things behind the scenes. Like, nobody knew Giroud was extending. I mean, now we have, like, Emerson being offloaded. We have one of the goalkeepers, Caballero, going. We have this other loan, Marco, going. Tomori had his, release clause, or not his release clause, his buy-on clause and his loan deal activated. So it's like, I don't know. Nobody really knows what's going on. It's definitely a buyer's and a seller's market this year. So it just depends. With Chelsea, Marina or whatever her name is, they always like to do things in the background and in silence. So I don't know, man. It really just depends. But I really love Calvert-Lewin. I hate to say it. I love Calvert-Lewin.
Calvert-Lewin?
Yeah.
What, to Chelsea?
I'm telling you.
You think he's good enough for Chelsea?
Absolutely. I want to see how he does. What people need to understand is like there's so many aspects of bringing in like a ready-made player, right? Like if you're trying to bring in a striker for Chelsea to put in goals, you have Daka and all these other Bundesliga strikers who aren't putting up numbers like Timo was. And look at the exact like frustration Timo had adjusting to the Premier League. It is not a striker-friendly, league. It's a very tough, physical. I mean, Bundesliga is all about free flowing, all about loads of goals. Nobody in the Bundesliga is known for their defense or physicality. So the fact that someone can come in and put these numbers up in form is just not really like surprising or to be astounded. That's the reason why this Daka guy isn't on anybody's really hot list this year. So for me, I think we need to look at like proven strikers, someone that isn't going to have that adjustment that could hurt us.
So would you take Aubameyang then?
No, absolutely. I would rather give an academy product. I'd rather have Jem lace up a pair of boots and come play striker.
I'm good. I'm a good player, bro. I would score 30 goals for Chelsea.
I'm telling you.
Me. I'd score.
Calvert-Lewin's only worth about 35 mil. Put him in for a swap with Tammy Bylims. I mean, dude, this last season had 33 appearances and 16 goals and 2 assists. Like, and I want to see the way he plays at Euros. Like, you watch the training sessions, he's got the talent. I mean, he's just at Everton. Like, he's like middle-aged. He's only 24. Like,
DCL is literally the Sheffield Peter Crouch, is what Hassan is saying as well.
I can't believe I'm saying this, but I'm gonna do it.
Sam, the link's in the chat, bro. If you want to come in, the link's in the chat.
I'm gonna do a Kazi.
Timo Werner is a fraud.
He's a Brexit merchant. Excuse me. What are you saying?
Watch your mouth, man.
Watch your mouth, please. Watch your mouth.
Yeah, I'm here, Father.
Watch your mouth, Velvish one. Watch your mouth, please.
We're 7 away from 80 likes. Thank you very, very much for everyone that's still tuned in at the moment. So please make sure we smash them.
Velvish one, I'm going to boxing you in the Wembley now. I want a rematch.
Come outside.
Okay,
CFC,
right now. Okay.
CFC lad says DCL, Declan, and Tavarski would be his dream three players.
Is that Lampard's account?
Sounds like it, doesn't it? It sounds like it. Vel, what have you got to say, bro? Tell us.
Oh, Chelsea live with Patson Daka.
Yeah. Have you watched it?
Oh, yeah, please take Patson Daka. I don't want him.
Is he good?
Really?
Tell us.
No, I don't want him. Patson Daka.
What?
I don't think.
Bro, it's the Bundesliga. Good. Stop getting frauded by the Bundesliga, bro. Like,
no, I'm asking you why. I don't know. I've not seen it, so I'm asking.
Here's the thing, because here's the thing. I wouldn't mind Patson Daka if he was doing what Haaland was doing, which was scoring in Europe, but he hasn't been scoring at Europe at all.
That's a good point.
That's why I don't want him. I literally said he's not even. I believe he's not even better than Origi. Like, I think if Origi goes to Austrian league, he scores the same amount of goals. Like, don't get fooled by the thing.
If we look at Patson Daka's record this season, right? He's played 42 games, he's scored 34 goals in all competitions, and he's assisted 12 goals. Now, I never only look at one season because I always think it can just be a little bit mistelling. So I look at the season before that as well. And the season before that shows that he played 45 games and he got 27 goals with 12 assists. So he seems to be good at being able. He's a good sort of assister as well as a striker, which is a good component to have when you're a striker. But yeah, I agree. He's not scoring many. He only scored one in the Champions League. He scored a couple in the cup, but he scores most of his goals in the league. 24 goals again, so 24 and 27 goals in the Bundesliga in 2 seasons is not that bad. Why do you worry about him? What's the worry with him?
Because the worry is there is no worry, Jim. It's the compromise of quality. Why are we looking to buy a Patson Daka, right? When we could be buying all of these better, proven strikers than trying to gamble with a young, in-form, non-European scoring striker who's in the Bundesliga. Like, I'm sorry, but every time you look at the Bundesliga, you have to think about the quality there in terms of defense. Almost every Bundesliga game is a shootout.
Bundesliga. He's not from Bundesliga. It's Austrian league. It's the Austrian
he's
league.
in the Austrian league? What? Okay, then delete him out of the conversation, bro.
This is Bundesliga.
Yeah, it's the Austrian
league,
bro.
Yeah, there's two. It's called the Austrian Bundesliga.
I didn't even know that.
Bro, yeah, why are we even discussing this, bro? And listen, man, I hate to say it, bro, but I'm telling you, Harry Kane with this whole Conte deal, Daniel Levy gonna try and squeeze the money out. Dortmund's going to be offloading Sancho. I don't see them offloading two people that got them Champions League football.
No.
And also, too, I mean, you look at Lukaku, they just had an interview and he said he doesn't want to stay. But at the end of the day, nobody really knows, right? But if you go look at – I hate to say this, man. I really hate to say this. And people can stick me for it. I'm not looking for, like, a Harry Kane to carry us to Champions League.
Who do you want?
Tuchel's system works. I'm telling you, it does.
Pull up Dusan Vlahovic's stats.
I'm telling you,
Dusan
DCL, bro. Pull up DCL, bro.
All right, let's do Dominic Calvert-Lewin.
And go look at his goals, right? Go look at all of his goals. People say that this dude, like, if you go look at all of his goals, left-footed shot, chest, right-footed shot, header, left foot, header, right foot. I'm telling you, bro, like, he's scoring in the Premier League, and that's what we need.
Especially only in one season, bruv. You're talking about a player that he's had one real,
and he's at Everton
in front of goals. Like, I don't know.
Can I just say one thing regarding DCL? Came in for the DCL chat.
Go on.
Listen, when it comes to DCL, it's literally the English media hyping him up. It's just total hype. If you actually use your eye test and watch the man.
I watched the man.
Yeah, I know. I mean, I'm saying like in general, because the English media hype is too much for DCL. But I think, look, when it comes to DCL, his highest percentage of goals is headed goals. Like
no, it's not. Go look at it right now.
He scored 16 goals this Premier League season. 7 of them are using his head.
I'm going to tell you. Yeah, I can see it here. He's played 39 games in all competitions, and he's scored 21 goals, and he's only got 4 assists, but he's scored 16 in the Premier League, 2 FA Cups and 3 in the EFL. But let's look at the season before that, because like I said, it's always good to compare. Because I'm not a one-hit wonder guy, you know. I like seeing their stats prior to that. 41 games in all competition, 15 goals and 1 assist. Okay, he's still hitting around 15.
And he's improving. And he's 24. And we have a fullback system. Like, we already know that Tuchel's buying for right wing backs, and we're going to keep the fullback system. And if we're going to be in a situation where we have like a holding, if we need to get somebody in the box that can hold and still be an aerial threat, this is a better Tammy Abraham. I hate to say it, like, and he can like, if you go look at his goals, like, he's making right-footed, left-footed shots. Like, I don't know, man. And for the money, we do a swap.
He's known
like
for his heading ability, though.
Yeah, I know. But what I'm saying is, and that plays into our system.
And he does, but like, is he like the long term for you guys? Like,
I know, but that's I know, but here's the thing: if we can't buy a Harry Kane, if we can't buy a Erling Haaland, if Lukaku's gonna stay, I don't see why we don't pick up. If we're looking for like a 1 to 2 year deal here, someone that can also replace Giroud after his year extension, because next year we buy somebody, right? I don't see why this isn't a dude. You know what I'm saying, that we want to pick up.
So, Velv asked us to look up Dusan from Fiorentina. Number 9. Again, I don't know much about him, but his stats show that he's played 40 games, he scored 21 goals, and he's only got 2 assists. Velv, what is it you want to talk about when it comes to Dusan?
So 6 more goals in DCL, but it's in the Serie A. Like, I don't know, man.
But this is a guy who is younger and is playing for a Fiorentina team who are rubbish in the Serie A. They're not a very good team, Fiorentina, and he's able to get decent amount of goals.
Let's have a look at his season stats. I mean, his stats prior to that, the season before that, are not great. He's played 35 games, 9 goals, 2 assists. So he's having his best season by far this season. And I hear that. He's playing a team that's not as good. He's probably their main talisman. What sort of striker is he, Velv? Tell us. Is he he strong? Is he cool? Like, what is he? Is he
Based on reports on Syria, how they judge him, they said he's like an ex Zlatan Ibrahimovic, who's always going to be. Pardon?
That's a big statement.
Yes, it's like what the reports say in there. Well, he's a very big guy. Like he's like a target man essentially. Like if you get the ball to him, he'll shoot them outside the box, and he'll win the headers and that. He's a very good finisher. I can tell you that. Better than Dominic Calvert-Lewin, in my opinion.
Okay, Ali Reza's saying Daka would probably be worth it, considering his numbers almost match Haaland's at Salzburg's stats. But to go in next season with only Daka as our new addition at centre forward is very, very dangerous.
Big risk.
Tottenham have called off their interest in Antonio Conte. More to follow. Matt Law, which has just come through now, so bear that in mind. James is saying Haaland or no one. I mean, is it even worth it? Come on, we'll look at Haaland's stats because it's just beautiful to look at, isn't it? Let's just have a look.
I don't want to look at Haaland's stats because I don't see. I just don't know what Dortmund are doing here. Like they would rather. They would like. I'm pretty sure this is all just a business aspect, like the mental game of it. But I don't see how they get rid of Sancho, and then they keep Haaland because they hope that they are. Because you have to think about it. He has a release clause next year that can be triggered. So it's like I don't understand. Maybe they value the difference in money between what they could sell him now and then next summer, and they view that his contributions to the team in the Champions League are more important than that money. I don't know.
Man, he's had 41 appearances, 41 goals, and 12 assists, 27 goals in the
but look
League
at his Champions League. Look at that. That is what is most impressive. In Europe, he has had 8 appearances and scored 10 times with 2 assists. That's huge.
That is true.
You know what the thing is with the problem is with Haaland? Raiola is his agent. That's the problem.
His what?
Riola
Raiola is his agent.
Yeah, that's the worst. How did he get linked up with him?
Bro,
I have no idea.
All these talents are linked over Raiola, bro. Donnarumma.
Wait, bring on Johnny. Bring on Johnny. He's gonna give that Johnny Sprinkler.
Johnny, the link's in the chat, bro. If you want to come in.
I heard Chelsea want to sell Mason Mount to fund the money for Erling Haaland. That's what I heard.
Don't start that, man.
Chelsea have made enough money in their Champions League run and Champions League qualifications next year to be able to pay for Haaland, and also too with the Tomori deal, and then however much Emerson goes for, and however much all these people are getting offloaded for. We have more than enough money to pay for Haaland.
No, not either, Tony. Overrated striker, man.
Too early.
He's class, man. Not Chelsea level, but he's class.
Should we go through some of these chats quickly? How about Ivan Toney? Would you like him to Chelsea? I believe he scored more than 30 goals in the Championship. So let's have a look at Ivan Toney.
Bro, what about... Can we just buy Dybala just for fun?
Why would you want Dybala?
Dybala's a good player,
why not?
Bro, he's such quality, bro.
No, he ain't. He's not that good, man. He's another Griezmann.
Nah, Jen, don't disrespect Dybala,
padded up. He's just padded up to be this great player.
Bro, he's a stat padder, Ivan Toney, bro. I swear.
Bro, yeah, Ivan Toney's a stat padder, but I'm talking about Dybala, boys.
All right, anyway, Ivan Toney,
good.
52 games in all competition, 33 goals and 10 assists. That ain't bad for a guy from the Championship.
He's good.
He's the next Tammy Abraham, bro.
Nah, he's like Everton level.
Val, come on, man.
Well, we scored 26 goals before that in all comps with 7 assists. So he's
this is league, bro. This is League One, bro. Stop.
It is, but it's
bro. We're trying to challenge for the title, bro. We're trying to challenge for the title and another UCL win.
Viewers, let us know any strikers that you would like me to search up. Put it in the chat now, and I will have a look. Let us know who you think you'd like to come in.
Dybala was just injured, bro. It's a joke.
Dybala's not a striker.
Right, look at Dybala.
No, he's a center.
He's a center forward. Yeah. He's a second striker, center forward, and right winger. So, but he's been injured. He's just coming off a major injury. So,
Jem, have a look at Lukaku's for a minute.
Bro, Lukaku's not going anywhere, dog.
Lukaku's got 24 goals in the league, and I believe he's got like 7 assists, something like that.
Yo, if we could afford it, would you take Griezmann?
No.
Nah.
Why?
No?
I think he's quite an average
Griezmann's
player.
past his best. He's not average, but he's past his best.
Connor, why are you choosing all the overrated players?
What do you mean overrated? I'm choosing
overrated. Calvert-Lewin is overrated. Who's the other guy?
Calvert-Lewin is not overrated. All right, he does get hyped. He gets in English. He gets the English hype. I mean the hype, but he's not overrated. And it's better than bringing up these people in Austrian leagues and League Ones to try and carry Chelsea to another Champions League win and title contention. I'd rather bring in someone that is more experienced and has scored goals than these like projects, these like build-up projects.
Just to clarify to everyone that's in the chat right now, apparently the Antonio Conte move to Spurs is off. That's just what we've just heard just now. It is off. It's not happening. But
Daniel Levy doesn't know how to run it.
Romelu Lukaku's 44 appearances, 30 goals, 10 assists. You know, pretty decent, not going to lie. We've got some people in the chat saying they want me to search up, what's this guy? Armando Broja.
He's on loan from...
Have you not seen his goal that he scored today?
And the academy guy or something.
Yeah, he's on loan, right? Sorry.
Yeah.
Armando Broja. Why do that to me, bro? I hate that.
Nothing. Is it for Tess? Okay. Fair enough.
He's a Chelsea player. He plays for the reserves. I know this guy anyway, but let's have a look.
Oh, is it the guy that played in the FA? I think he played one time, but I can't remember which.
He played against Everton once, I think.
Oh, yeah. Last season.
Yeah.
34 goals and played 34, 11 goals and 3 assists. I mean, it's nothing amazing. I don't know what the whole baffle is with him. If people thinking he's maybe the answer, maybe looking inside rather than just spending money. Maybe he's already in our academy, is what people were trying to say.
Yeah, he's a good player.
Yeah.
You just search up Isaac. They wanted the chat.
Isaac, yeah? Alexandra Isaac.
Sociedad. Is he from Sociedad?
Yeah, Real Sociedad.
I really think that we should look up Nasiri. He's also Moroccan.
Nasiri,
yeah, Nasiri. He's Moroccan, and that would really help with what's his name?
Ziyech.
Yeah, Ziyech.
Well,
I mean, his stats aren't that great, but he didn't start as much, and he has a good goals to appearances, I think. But he's middle aged. He's 24.
23.
24.
Yeah, 23.
Well, this guy's got 44 appearances, 17 goals and 2 assists.
Stats don't do him justice.
Look up En-Nesyri.
He's a young striker, Isaac. 21.
Another La Liga striker. E-N.
Yeah.
And then Neysyi-ri.
Oh, no, I think it's just E-N-E-S. I think.
No, it's E-N and then it's a space Nesyri. There you go.
I know this lad. Yeah. I know this lad.
Little bit of Moroccan. Get that link up to the right winger. Ziyech, it'll be green. You know what I'm saying? I'm just kidding.
Mate, I don't. Ziyech can go for all I care, man. I don't really care at the moment after his performance. 52 appearances, 24 goals, but no assists. He's not assisted 1 in 52 games. He's got 24 goals though. He's got 18 in La Liga and 6 in the Champions League as well.
Bro, the striker fucking, I'm telling you, bro, we're in a striker drought, or else they're being held on to by their clubs.
I told you, Connor, the level of strikers, and it's not just strikers, it's all positions. The level that we face today is poor. If you look at it 10 years ago, you had people banging in goals left, right, and centre. Now you struggle to find. If you don't get
Haaland, it's because teams are more defensive. It's more. There's no more shootouts. It's more tactical. Like you see free flowing football not being able to prevail against pragmatic football or defensively minded football. That's why I think that okay, this is going to be my opinion, and people can trash me for it, but I don't think we need a striker. This age of of just a sitting striker to poach and only be able to provide one source of income for a club. We need people that are going to have a high work rate. They're going to have to work off the ball, do what Timo does when he doesn't have the ball. You know what I'm saying? I think the false 9 is starting to come of age because teams with this free flowing or sitting striker play is starting to change. And football is getting so much more technical. Every position has to be able to play every position, you know? I don't know.
I think you can start Havertz as your false 9, but then you would need your wingers to score the goals. Then that's the issue. But you do need the goals to come from somewhere, though. You actually need okay, you're right. Maybe in terms of actual football on the pitch, people don't rely on a 25 goal striker per season, but then your wingers need to get you 22, 23 goals. Like, for example, like Salah and Mane, and then you could have Havertz play the Firmino role. That could also work.
Yeah.
No, I do hear that. I do hear that. There's still 50 of you still here. Please smash that like button. We're 19 or 18 away from 100 likes, which is a massive. Thank you very much. We're already at 1.2. We're over 1.2k now in subscribers. We picked up 200 subscribers in like a week, which is massive as well. So thank you very, very much for doing so. Just going to go through some of these chats as well. How does the defensive play affect Timo Werner's open goal misses? Come on, man. The striker's quality is poor. He's what, 88 plus? He must be talking to someone else. Do you want to answer that, Fatah? Is your client?
To be fair, this is not only my client, though. Every strikers in Europe had a bad patches, and we're talking about how we're going to play, how we attack with that front three. Yeah. Most of the times, because most of the time, a lot of teams are going to play like a three at the back. They're going to play the defensive mindset and rely on counter-attack. That's why we haven't seen much of strikers' quality a lot for about a decade. So I think it depends on the manager, what kind of manager is set up, because each manager different set up different. Like, for example, Conte is like, he likes playing from three at the back and then just rely on counter attack basically. And you look at Tuchel as well, it's the same case. So against a low block teams, yeah, you do find a bit frustrated at times, but that's the way how it goes, unfortunately.
Why aren't we trying Lewandowski? What's your take on that? Because Lewandowski, from what I understand, is still comfortable. He did come out recently and say that he's still quite happy where he is at the moment. So, getting Lewandowski from Bayern Munich is going to be hard anyway, because so many European clubs will go for him. But yeah, we have to be realistic, guys. We have to.
Bro, like, I'm just looking at all the different leagues.
I don't think we're going to get Lewandowski.
No, we're not.
No chance, man.
No. The thing is, if you look at the way that Bayern Munich signing their players here for about a decade, you look at the way that who's the main threat in each team. Like, for example, back in the day when Lewandowski used to be in Dortmund before he came to Bayern Munich, I think it was, I forgot what season before he came. I think it was 2012-13 season. That's the last season, literally, before he left the club. And at that season, Dortmund could have been easily champions of Europe at that time with Jurgen Klopp. And what happened in the next season afterwards? Bayern signed Lewandowski. So in Bayern's case, they want to get Haaland because Haaland is their main threat. And that's because the thing is with Bayern Munich, yeah, they want to be like the best team in that Bundesliga, so they had to get someone like from each club, the strongest guy in their club.
What about the Frankfurt striker, the Portuguese dude?
Andre Silva.
How old is he? Is he too old? Isn't he old or no?
Let's have a quick look. Let's have a quick look before we end the stream. Andre Silva.
I think this is his first good season.
Oh, he's 25. Is that? I mean, that's not too old, I guess.
34 games, 29 goals, 10 assists, 28 in the Bundesliga, and 1 in the DFB. So that is pretty impressive. Not going to lie. Let's look at it prior to that as well. Andre Silva, did he not play for? He came to the Premier League, didn't he? Before, was it the Premier League?
No,
I don't think so.
He went to Porto and Milan.
Did he not come over on loan? No, I must have got it mixed up then.
No.
He played 38 games in the Bundesliga. Again, 16 goals, 5 assists. So obviously, is a massive jump from then, to be honest. But still good. Not bad. Not bad. You know what I mean? He put his third season back. Still 11 goals, 3 assists. So he's improved as he's gone up. He was in the league at that point as well. So pretty impressive. I'm not going to lie. The search for a striker continues. I'm sure Chelsea are going to continue trying to find the right right individual. I did say to people, do not be surprised if Chelsea do not sign a striker. I've said it. I did say it. We might look for a DM. We might look at other areas if we're going to sell a lot of players, which it looks like we will do. We're going to have to strengthen in my eyes, left. We're going to have to strengthen for Chilwell. We're going to have to strengthen for Reece James. We need a DM. We're going to need probably another winger, I think, personally. And along with the striker, there's a lot of players needed.
In my personal opinion, Jem, what do you think of the concept of instead of buying players like Emerson, who are like middle-aged players who are maybe not the quality of a Champions League winning team, but they'll happily play backup? I say we have so much talent. And someone earlier in the show was discussing about how Dortmund churn out so many good youth products because they give them time. Why not let some of these academy products or even maybe very young, foreign products come in and play underneath these positions rather than buying like a 25, 24-year-old guy to just play 4 or 5 games and then eventually leave next season on a minimum transfer budget. Like, I don't know.
Option, isn't it? It's definitely an option. I don't know, mate.
We haven't seen Tuchel implement the academy squad just because of the fact that he had to churn out a result within 3 months. But over a season where he's going to have time to plan it out, I mean, I wonder how he's going to – because you saw him call up what's that guy's name? Livamento or whatever? I can't remember.
Livamento.
Yeah, Livamento. He's called up a couple other players, like that one defender. I can't remember his name. For a while. And I think people like Billy Gilmore could use some time to get on, but I don't know, man. I think it depends.
Paul O says, I still think we need to go for a tier 1 target like Haaland and Kane, but Silva could be a player who would be a solid backup if we do sign a world beater later, is his point on that. Now that Conte deal is off, we can get Kane. I don't know, Benjamin. I don't think Spurs will ever sell to Chelsea, especially after what happened with Willian back then. They didn't want to sell us Modric a long time ago, and he wanted to come, I think, to us at the point. So I doubt they will do the same as well. But people, still 40 of you here. Please smash that like button. Try and get us to 90 likes. We are going to finish it off there. I will be back, maybe not tomorrow, but Sunday with another show. We've got the Euros coming up next week as well, which means we're going to be doing a lot of Euro watch-alongs as well. So, yeah, make sure you stay tuned. And people, thank you all for coming on as well. And make sure you go to the Instagram page, because we've got a giveaway at the moment. It's sitting there. To get involved, you just got to like, tag 2 people in it, and then you're involved, man. You're involved. So make sure you do that. And, and subscribe if you're new as well. So we'll see you again very, very soon. Peace.
VIP, stay low key, like bando, bitch, oh please, yeah. Brand new whip, no keys, yeah. Get down on knees, yeah, yeah.